My name is John Ali. Married to one wife, female gender, who is here, my lovely Lillian. Yes, we've been married for 2 years now.
Our hearts met first before we met physically. Yeah, we met in social media, specifically in Facebook. This was after I had released a song. I do sing, so, but right now we do sing together. Yes, that was in 2020, June. Yes, so what happened is, after I released that song, it is a nice song. It's on YouTube, inaitwa Ni Wewe Tu. So, kwa hizo harakati tu za ngoma mpya imetokea, kila mtu ako hapo, anakuambia, oh, that is good, that, yeah, by the grace of God. Nakwambia, that song was good, nini, watu wanataka tu kukujua and all that. So I was receiving a lot of friend requests on Facebook and there were too many. And mi si ule mtu wa ku-accept friend requests kwa Facebook. So zilikuwa tu hapo nimepile nasema, nitakuwa nakagua tu moja na accept. So one thing that I never understood until today is how I came to accept his friend request. Mi nilipata tu nisha accept. Na zilikuwa mob, but that there were too many of them. So nikapata tu nisha accept. Immediately to inbox ndo hiyo kwa messenger.
Actually, the song was posted by one of my friends and on Facebook, and I did follow up. So I wanted to know where to find her and get in touch with her because I love music and I used to sing and I do sing in church. So I wanted to connect with her, and the easiest way was on Facebook. So after she accepted the request, I slided to the yeah, I texted her and of course we exchanged the numbers, and then the journey began of knowing each other. We communicated for about 3 to 4 months before meeting. So we were just communicating through the phone, the Facebook, yeah. Then in October, I remember, it's when we met. I had been sent somewhere, but that time I couldn't make to meet her. So I met her in church. Yeah, I visited their church.
Maybe kuna kitu amesahau. He was sent, that is true, he was sent somewhere. He was going to pick something somewhere in a early morning. So when I was supposed to go to work. So he told me, just come, I'll drop you to work. That was the very, very first day I saw him. I remember he picked me up and we were going to work. I remember I was so naive, I was quiet. You know, we have been talking on phone, lakini sasa nimenyamaza, nimekuwa mute. He was there talking to me, mimi niko tu hapo. I'm like, guy, is this the guy I've been speaking to all this long? But now, as I told you earlier, our hearts and met already. So ilikuwa imebaki tu ni physically. Yeah, and it was a nice experience. Ndio sasa the second time we met in church. So the reason why we didn't meet that fast was because ilikuwa during the corona period. So people were not meeting anyhow. So we had to communicate online kwa simu, and we had so many stories by the way, and we realized that we share so many things, likes, dislikes. We also had common friends. let me say, still gossip, but we used to talk about people that I know that person, I know him, and this and this, and I didn't like this about them. Then pia ananiambia, that's true, I also didn't like this about them. So unapata we have something in common. Yes, and also music made us to be closer.
By the appearance, she looked good, and when we spoke in Facebook, I saw that she was an organized lady, and what I saw first, I saw her wife, but I didn't tell her immediately. I was just nilikuwa nachorea kidogo niangalie kama ndio hiyo.
He was a nice guy. He was, even though we had not met, but I felt he was caring, he was concerned, and he was someone I could trust at that time.
We continued meeting. We had quite numbers of meetings, and knowing each other, the dates of knowing each other, yeah, our backgrounds, what we do. We also met in music shoots, yeah, because she had some new songs, so I featured in the video. So we met in those, and it was an advantage for me. Then after some time, that was in 2021, yeah, that's when I proposed to her. She was invited in a show in a television, that is EBN. They had a session of worship. It was Acacia, actually. So we planned with our friends, and we arranged everything. Then when the show was over, I was there down waiting for her, but she didn't know. It was a surprise.
It was a surprise because first I was attending a live show on a TV station. So I was telling him how excited I am to. I was chatting with him while on that show. How excited I am to appear on TV. Little did I know that he was downstairs waiting for me to surprise me. It was a surprise of the day, and I liked it. We went to our home first. That is, of course, after we had done introductions in our churches. So after that, ndo tukaenda nyumbani. So I had to go first to tell my parents. Although I didn't tell my father. I told my mom everything. But as for my dad, I told him because I was afraid. You know, I'm the last born. So sikujua ataiteka aje now that my baby is getting married. So I told my mom, sasa kuna hivi na hivi, kuna jamaa anakuja. So my mom understood. So I had now to gather courage. Nikaenda kwa babangu, I told him kuna wageni. That's what my mom told me to say. Enda mwambie kuna wageni wanakuja, tuwangoje. And my dad understood very fast. Akasema, wageni, sawa, nitawangoja. Yes, na wakakuja. It was a nice meeting. Lakini alikalishwa chini. Kaambiwa huyu mtoto wangu sasa unampeleka wapi? Huyu mtoto wangu sasa, yeah, you need to take care of her.
And I loved the family because they welcomed me, and wakanichukulia kama one of their sons, and they were so friendly. Being the first meeting and being the first time to meet them, going to introduce myself as the man who is going to snatch their last bond. So, of course, I went with one of my friends and a mentor because I wanted someone to stand by me and to encourage me. So it was nice meeting their parents and their family, and the plannings was good. And then we were given another date to now go and see and meet the extended family, the uncles, you know. Yeah, for those kuhesabiwa. Yeah, so it was nice. We fellowshipped, and everyone was happy. After the list, I didn't go with everything. Of course, I didn't go with everything, but I touched at least every bit. Yes, yeah.
So I was not in that meeting. The second meeting now, when he met the extended family. I don't know. I came back to Nairobi. So he went with his family, but I was not there. He met my family and all that, because I think hakukuwa na kazi yangu hapo. No. Yes. So, but we used to talk, and I also talked with my parents. No, yeah, I talked to them. Najua kuna mafamilia zingine ufinyilia mtu. But now, because my parents are good people, so I talked to them, nikawaambia, now, sasa, muangalie tu asifinywe sana. Yes, because when everyone goes, when those uncles go, wanaenda wote, wenye walikuwa wanawahesabia and all that, ni sisi tu atabaki na sisi. Sisi ndio tutakuwa tunaenda kuwasalimia, sisi ndio tutakuwa tunapeleka shopping. So akitufinyilia atoke huko kama amekasirika, taniambia huko kwenu sirudi tena. So of course it's always good to stand by your person. Yes. So unajua kuna wasichana wengine wako like, wewe lazima uninunue. Mimi hapo siko. But mimi nilikuwa hapo. I had to speak to them. I also called my dad. And wakaniambia hakuna shida. We will help him where we can. And that's what they did, and I thank God. The journey was smooth. Hatukukuwa na kukosana ama anything. The journey was smooth, and I thank God for that.
Planning for the dowry and everything, how the goods will be delivered. Yeah, so I had so many things to do. But I thank God because He helped us through His mercies. Everything was well. And I think the day we went to for that door repayment, now we came as a family, as a clan. So our clan was there. On Friday, we cooked for the village. Yeah, then the following day, that was on Saturday, yeah, the event began and everything was okay. They accepted whatever we gave, and we were given go ahead now to get married because the parents already had blessed us.
For me, I was so excited. I was on top of my world. I I had that feeling. Hey, everyone is gathered at our home because of me. I was happy. Let me just say, I was happy. I just used to see things getting done, everything getting done. Ng'ombe zinaletwa, mbuzi zinaletwa. I was just there. I was like, this is all because of me. Because you know it happens once. So I enjoyed everything about the day.
Okay, planning the wedding, it was by the grace of God. I can only say that.
Yeah.
We had friends who supported us, and the little we had, we combined with what we got from our friends. Yeah, and it was very successful. Of course, we've been to those lines of helping the friends. Mtu anaoa anakwambia my brother, si unajua sasa niko na hii. So it was my time now to get back to them and tell them now I'm doing this thing, man. Come and support me. So walini support na tunashukuru. It was easy for us. Yeah, tuliona mkono wa Mungu.
Yeah, the planning was a great experience, which I thank God because of people who went ahead of me, because they advised me. Watu wenye walifanya harusi mbele yangu. So they advised me to start preparing myself early enough. Kama ni kujua gauni yenye nitavalia, I had it in mind. Nikaenda town kutafuta ni wapi nitaipata. So we started the plannings in 2022 January. We wedded in June. So in January, even in December, we had our wedding date. Even while we were going to the parents for introduction, we had our wedding date. No one decided for us when we will get married. Because unasikianga, wewe acheni tuwafix hapa, tufanye hivi na hivi. No, we had the date. So people had to comply and adjust their schedules to fit into ours. So I ensured that nimetafuta kila kitu early enough. Kama ni nguo nitavaa, makeup and everything. My bridesmaids, I had them ready for that day. So we walked that journey together. Kulikuwa tuna turbulence zake, but we were together in everything. But by the grace of God, financially Mungu alitusaidia. It was a miracle, like tukua tunaona tu mtu anatusupport. Someone even offered to sponsor our honeymoon. Every cent, every expense, by the grace of God. So after the wedding, we still had money to settle down. Yeah. Because God helped us. We prayed before we began the journey, and God tu akatusaidia, and we are grateful.
And also the planning was made easier for us because previously I had been in so many committees of wedding, and I was a coordinator. Some I was just closer to the people who are in the committee. So I was learning through the committees, even when planning their weddings. So that one helped us so much. Knowing what you can do and what you need to do before when. So it really helped us. Yeah.
Yeah, again also we had good mentors. Our best couple, Faith and Erastus, I had to shout out for them. They really helped us. They held our hand, and also the committee. They were always there for us, pushing us to do everything and to ensure everything is running smoothly. Our wedding day was one of the best, and it was the best day in my life. I enjoyed every bit of it. Watu wakiwa na pressure hapo, sijui ya time, sijui ya nini. I was in my own world. Like that day, it's only that it cannot be repeated, but it was a great day for me. And it turned out exactly the way I wished my wedding day would be. Yes, that's all I can remember about that day. And I loved it because so many people came, a lot of them, which some I didn't notice them. Walikuja kuniambia tulikuja kwa harusi yako, naambia oh mlikuwa sikuwaona, because everyone was there. I was the center of attention and all that. It was a good day for me.
Okay, for me it was a good day, and before the D-Day, that is on Friday night, we had so many things to run. We were running up and down with my best man. I remember we realized we had not shaved.
At 2 a.m.
That was at around, we were in town around 10 p.m. So we were looking for some stuffs and then got to shave. So we arrived so late. It was too late for us when we arrived at the place we were spending. I think we arrived at around 2 p.m. because we had to pass through and see whether everything is working well in church, reception, the guys on the food, you see. So we arrived very late that day. I think we slept around 1 hour. Then I had my best man tell me, we, masaa ni machache. Amka tuishie. Yeah, so we started preparing, and the day was very nice. It was exciting, and everything went well. Yeah. So it was a success. Yeah. And people came, and we enjoyed.
Yes, we went to Southern Palm Hotel in Mombasa. Yes, we stayed for how many nights?
It was 3 nights.
3 nights, 4 days.
Yeah.
Nakwanga hivyo, 3 nights, 4 days.
I think so.
Yes. And those 3 nights and those 4 days were a very exciting moment for us. Yes, we got to know each other. We got to spend time together for the first time as a husband and wife. We swim, tulikula good food, let me say. We enjoyed ourselves.
Maybe sometimes it takes time to realize, and sometimes you can maybe get, you can forget, oh, I have a wife. So nikienda shughuli, najua kama jamaa ukienda shughuli, sometimes ulikuwa umezoea kurudi usiku, unapiga mambo mpaka, yani unapiga kazi mpaka unachelewa. Now I had to adjust my timings, knowing that she's there waiting for me, and now knowing that I'm a husband now, and I have a responsibility, and I need to be by her side. So adjusting the timings was not too hard for me, but I can say the journey has been very, very nice. Yeah.
What I can say, marriage is sweet and possible when you marry your friend, someone you have invested being a friend to first, before you now start the commitment, engagement and all that. So he has made my wife, me being a wife journey easy, because he has been the best husband in the world. I've never met another husband, so he's the only husband I know. So he's the best husband in the world. Like amenisaidia sana, like I've never felt like I am. Naona that wife, that title of being a wife. What I know is that I have a friend who I live with, who we live together, and who we share so much together, and who we help each other. Yes, I'm a helper, he's also my helper. So marriage has been, what I can say is that marriage has been the best institution I've ever been into.
The first expectation for a man is that your wife will give you children.
Wow.
You see, but the children are blessings from the Lord. So yeah, I expected to be a father, and I also expected to be a husband. Yeah, and a friend too. Yeah, and all that has come to pass. Yeah.
You know, a marriage is one of the institutions where you are certified first before passing through the test. So I expected a lot of tests, a lot of mitihani, sababu niko na certificate lakini yes iko na marks, naambiwa I'm a wife, but I have not gone through the teaching, the learning and all that. So my expectation was to learn and unlearn. So I was so ready for what marriage will offer. Yes, and by the grace of God, we maneuvered. Yes. I understand that he is a man, and men are men. You know, we are two different beings. There is the way I want my feelings to be attended to, and him being a man, it's not that he's all knowing, like anajua that this is what I should do to her. So sometimes I get annoyed when I want him to, you know, it's marriage is funny. Like you want your husband to know something you have not told him. Kwa nini yeye asijue nafaa kuambiwa napendwa? Kwa nini asijue like nafaa kuwa cared for? So I realized that hizi vitu lazima nimwambie ndio wajue. This is how I want to be treated. This is how I want to be listened to. I want to be. So kwa kitambo unapata nataka yeye asikie the silence in me. So unapata I keep quiet na nyamaza. Na yeye ni mtu apendi conflict, apendi kukoro, apendi yani hautaipata tukijibizana like tunakoro, hapana. So yeye tu ananyamaza, anasema okay, wewe tu kimalizana shida zako you will come to me. Lakini mimi tu nitajipeleka. Nimwambie this is what I meant with my silence. I wanted you to do this and this and this. So vile nilijua hivyo ndio if I see anything happening nini namwambia, tunamapproach, is my friend. So I approach him, I tell him hivi na hivi ulinikosea and all that. So hizo ndo vitu nimelearn kwa marriage.
You see, the Bible says that whoever finds a wife finds a good thing. And I believe that I found a good thing. And with that understanding, I have learned to share my feelings to her and to understand her. You know, sometimes it's very hard to understand you. The ladies, it's a bit hard to understand them. But one thing I learned is to sometimes I even say sorry when I'm not even wrong, just to let this thing, you know, to let it go, because unawezaje msee amejam tu, you don't know what the reason is, and you're there, she wants you to understand, but you can't. So sometimes it takes understanding to accommodate that. So I have learned to stay with her with wisdom, and to do what she needs to be done. And also communicating. Mostly I have learned about communication to her. She likes communicating. If you stay silent, then you are in the wrong, because atakuwa anataka kusikia, why are you silent? Mbona hausemi hii? Kwa nini? Ama kwa nini hujaona hii inafaa kufanyika hivi? So I've learned all that, and I really thank God, because everything is working well when we cooperate.
By the grace of God, we are parents. We have a son. Yes, and we thank God for such a blessing in our lives. Parenting is not easy. Generally, parenting